Spoiler alert, this thing might easily be one of the best home purchases I have ever done in my life. This is my old setup that I wanted to replace, a custom-made desk that became too small at some point. I tried to do some basic cable management using supplies from Amazon, but it still looked pretty bad. I made the decision to buy a premium computer desk with good cable management capabilities and started searching around. An important factor for me was availability in Europe. This is usually quite a limiting factor compared to the US. My research led me to Secretlab and their MAGNUS Pro desk. It looked like a premium product, was available in Europe with shipping from Poland, and had some decent reviews on YouTube. I ordered the desk, monitor arm, cable management bundle, magnetic headphone hanger, and the laptop mount attachment. It all came to around 950 euros, but have in mind that the VAT was deducted from the total price as it was a company purchase. Item was delivered to Croatia within 7 days, which is pretty fast considering the amount of issues I encounter on a daily basis when ordering to Croatia. In fact, the first 2 boxes, which included the legs and accessories, arrived within a couple of days. It took a bit longer for the main box, which was the actual face of the desk, but overall it was pretty quick. Everything was really well packaged, and I could immediately tell that the manufacturer actually did treat this as a premium product, starting from the packaging itself. It took me about 15 minutes to unbox and unpack all of the components and get ready for the installation. Overall, installation wasn't too bad. I previously watched a video review on YouTube and the guy was complaining about the installation. He claimed that premium products such as this one should come pre-built and ready to use out of the box. Honestly, I don't see how that would work. Once assembled, this desk takes up a decent amount of space and you would need a crate to transport it. Not only it would be costly and inconvenient, but it would also be more prone to damage during transport, which is not something you want to experience when you pay 1,000 euros for a product. I'm not a klutz with tools, but I am no expert either, and it took me about an hour and a half to assemble everything. It probably would have taken me under an hour if I wasn't trying to film all of it and tiptoeing around it to avoid waking up my baby in the next room. Instructions were pretty straightforward and package included a neat little box with all the tools needed for the installation. I did make it easier for myself by inserting the provided bit into the power drill, which certainly sped things up. I did most of the installation single-handedly, although it does require assistance from the second person at times, for example when you need to flip the desk over. At all points of progressing through the installation, I felt like things were running pretty smoothly and was confident about what I was doing. There was actually very little wiring that needed to be done, and it was all marked very clearly and fitted perfectly. Moving parts, such as the cover on the cable shelf, were also easy to install, which means that all of the hinges are built properly. Once connected to the power outlet, desk powered immediately. As I started testing the height adjustments functionality, I was shocked at how silent the entire mechanism was. It also feels like it runs very smoothly in both directions. The only part of the installation that was a bit touchy was installing the magnetic pad. It's not too difficult, but it did take a few tries and 2 people to line it and put it on perfectly. When the main installation was completed, it was time to install the add-ons. Just like the main desk, these all came well packaged and with clear instructions and required tools. At this point I realized that the laptop mount attachment was just a graded metal plate and it actually needed the monitor arm in order to be installed. I also wondered if I should have ordered the heavy-duty edition monitor arm for my 32-inch widescreen Dell monitor. Overall, I am extremely happy with this purchase. Everything about this product feels premium, the quality of materials, the height adjustment motor, even the panel with height adjustment and preset buttons. The design is also pretty good and this desk should fit into any space quite nicely. I do have a few minor remarks. The first one is that the lighting system is not included, but is rather sold as an add-on for quite a hefty price. This is not immediately clear from the website, which does present this as a built-in feature. The second one is that the laptop mount does not automatically come with the actual mounting arm, but this one is actually my fault as I should have read the description more carefully. Finally, the desk could benefit from a couple other minor add-ons, such as, for example, a backpack mount, but I guess I could order another headphone mount and use it for this purpose. Hope this review helps, especially the EU buyers. Thanks for watching.